Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is news time again from this very good channel. Welcome back. How are you all doing? Hope you're good. I pray that God will be with you in your endeavors. Today, we have another update for you. And I want you to, after listening to it, you drop your opinion and suggestions you have so that Biafra will be free. And that's just it. Okay, let's go there.
Simon Ekpa. Even when they know that this news is not coming from the right source, even when they know that this news is unverified, so many of them began to celebrate it. So many of them began to celebrate it. This is heartbreaking. When I saw it, I purposely kept quiet. It's been 2 days. Even yesterday when I was doing programs, some people were writing and told me to comment on that very message that they are circulating. I kept silent. And I was just observing and watching. Even on my own WhatsApp group, I heard the comment people were making and what they were contributing. I was just observing. And I just discovered that we have a very big problem in our hands. We have a major problem in our hands. If you look closely, check every platform that was promoting that very thing, that very false news. Every platform that was promoting that unverified news, majority of them are Ebo Biafrans. They were Ebo Biafrans. To be precise, they were Ebo Biafrans celebrating the extradition of their own brother, wishing that their own brother would be extradited. It is very, very sad. What has Simon done wrong? Every human being on this planet Earth that knows what it is to fight for freedom, they know what it is for someone to defend him or herself, knows that Simon Ekpa Njoko is standing on a solid ground. There was nothing he did that he did in the secret. Before ever he embarked on this journey, he made it open to the whole world. He made it open to the Finnish authorities. He didn't do it in secret. There is no single operation that Simon carried out to liberate his people that the Finnish authorities were not aware. Simon Ekpa was not a terrorist. He is not a terrorist and will never be a terrorist. He has never made any terrorist move against anybody. But today, the people who are very quick to call him a terrorist and tag him one name or the other are the same people that he eats and dines with, the same people he is fighting to save. Now you see why Mazen Nandekano said that the Igbo saboteurs are the worst saboteurs he can ever deal with in this planet Earth. Every one of us remember Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho came up and he was fighting for his people. He didn't do it in the secret. He came openly and fought for his people. Organized a group, took up arms to defend his people, which is the right thing to do. Sunday Igboho went for self-defense of his own people. Even when the political set did not agree with him, some of the traditional leaders did not agree with him, he went further to do what he has to do to protect himself, and the terrorist government of Nigeria came after him. When they went to his house, people lost their life in the house of Sunday Igboho. People were murdered by the Nigerian government. The Zoological Republic government claimed that they saw arms. They saw arms in the home of Sunday Igboho. They claimed they were fired at. There was exchange of fire in the home of Sunday Igboho. And Sunday Igboho, by the grace of Chukwu Okikabiyama, escaped them. And he escaped through Benin. Nigerian government tried everything they could to bring Sunday Igboho back to Nigeria. The people of Oduduwa, the Oduduwa people, both those who are in politics and those who are in traditional level, they stood their ground and say he will not be brought back. They fought and fought until that case died a natural death. And Sunday Igboho took over. I think he went to Germany or Netherlands. And after some time, Sunday Igboho came back to that zoological republic like a hero, with a hero welcome, with convoy. He came back with a convoy. And he did all he has to do and left. Also went to the embassy in the UK. We saw him when he went to submit a letter on behalf of his own people. These are all he did. Tell me, what is different between what Sunday Igboho did, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done, and what Simon Ekpa did? Tell me, what is different? But today, go to the social media or the conventional media, you will not see anybody mentioning Sunday Igboho in any wrongdoing. You will not see any media because the Yorubas own the media. You will not see them speaking against Sunday Igboho. It doesn't matter their ideology. It doesn't matter who they support. It doesn't matter whether you're a politician or not a politician. It doesn't matter if you want your one Nigeria. They don't speak against him. None of them is mentioning his name. Has Sunday Igboho stopped fighting for Odudua? Of course, he has not stopped. He's still fighting on the ground, even though he's not taking the measure we are taking. But look at our own people. Today, a news broke, fake news broke. Unverified news came out. Unverified news came out. That Mazi Simon Ekpa will be extradited. You go to social media. Every platforms, most of the platforms they were speaking against and supporting and promoting this very thing are Biafrans. They are people, mostly the Ebo Biafrans. They were the people who are celebrating that their own brother will be extradited to Nigeria. They are the one who are celebrating, clapping hands, that their brother will be brought to Nigeria to be murdered. Go and check all the platforms that we are talking and celebrating, including the platform. Some of us where we are, and some of us we are helping them to share those unverified news. We are sharing it, and sharing it. What has Simon Ekpa done wrong? Simon Ekpa had a legitimate mission to rescue Biafra, deliver Biafra, declaration of Biafra, make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is set free. But today, the same people he is fighting on their behalf to be free, they are the people today that are celebrating that he will be extradited. Go and check the platforms that have made it a topic or that are promoting it. In that same country where they are, this same man you are today trying to crucify and take his life, this same man you are celebrating that he's out. It's been how many months now? Is it 4 months or 5 months counting? Mazi Simon Ekpa is not in the picture. And I ask you, has the terrorist activities in Nigeria stopped? Has it stopped? Even before the appearance of Mazi Simon Ekpa, were there not terrorist activities in Nigeria? Were there peace? The little peace you enjoy was even at the presence of Mazi Simon Ekpa while he was there. That was when you enjoyed some little peace. Today, can you compare the number of people that are dying today in that country called Nigeria or in the southeast to what was happening when Mazi Simon Ekpa was there? Even with the events that had happened in his absence today, you can see clearly that he was never responsible for the loss of lives that were happening in the southeast. Instead, he was a solution. He was providing solution. The insecurity in Nigeria, every one of us know that it was caused, created by Nigerian government themselves. They created it, they made it, and they made sure they destabilized Biafra land. These same people today that are clamoring to extradite Simon Ekpa in this northern part of Nigeria that has been taken over by the terrorists. A place where you go to some states, you see terrorists collecting tax from farmers, taking charge, mounting roadblocks. Nothing is done in that area. Instead, when they get them, they will tell you that they re-radicalize them and introduce them into the military. We have seen many people from the north, all the elite, including the Sultan of Sokoto, making a case for the terrorists. We have heard them talk of forgive them, reintegrate them, welcome them, introduce them to the government. This is the kind of case they are making for their people in the north. You can never see them telling you to bring their own. Even when Shekau was alive, when Shekau, the leader of the Boko Haram, was alive, they have never one day called for his head. Every one of us know how Shekau died. It was a disagreement between two terrorist groups that took the life of Shekau. It wasn't the Nigerian government that took him away. The leader of Boko Haram was not killed by Nigerian government. It was an infighting between a new emergence group and his own group that took his life. All the while, he was protected by federal government of Nigeria. At a point in time, some members of Boko Haram were found in the home of the present vice president of Nigeria. The vice president of Nigeria was found on a picture hosting one of the terrorists. One of the terrorists was found in his home when they were looking for him. Up to this moment, we have seen people from the north, the Fulani, coming to make case for them. They say Boko Haram are their foot soldiers. Fulanis are their foot soldiers. They are their brothers. That is the song they sing. Even today, they have made it impossible for people to confidently come to their media, conventional media, and call the Fulani terrorists what they are. They don't want you to attach their original title to their names. But look at Biafra land. Look at us. Look at us in Biafra land, more especially the Ebo Biafrans. They are in the forefront to destroy their own people. They are in the forefront to destroy their own people. Everybody wants to be the man in charge. If it is not coming from you, nobody else will stand. Even though they know that Mazen Nandekano has been pursuing a genuine cause. Today, you see them today, when they come to the convention and they say, yes, Mazen Nandekano is a good guy. He was fighting a good cause. He has a good reason to fight. He was doing it very well. He wasn't violent. But when Mazen Nandekano was doing all that, what did they do? They were all busy plotting on how to arrest him, how to kidnap him. The same people he was fighting to rescue, the same Igbo politicians, Igbo elites, Igbo people, they organized themselves and made sure that they kidnapped Mazen Nandekano. But today, when you see them talking on social media, some of you get carried away. Some of you, Biafrans, you get carried away. When they come, they tell you, oh, Mazen Nandekano must be released. He's a very gentle man. He's fighting it the way he's going to. That is where he's supposed to be. He's not like Mazen Simon Ekpa, who is now taking everything to his hand, who is taking an extreme. Mazen Nandekano was a very good man. I want all of you to look back. What were they saying when this very good man was outside fighting for them? What were they doing? What were they doing? Today, you see them celebrating that Mazi Simon Ekpa will be brought to Nigeria, even though they know it's an unverified information. Unverified info, and they are celebrating it. When you kill your heroes, you take away your heroes. Ihike When you have destroyed your heroes, a time will come, just the way you are remembering Mazen Nandekano now. He said it, every time he said it, every time he said it. A time you come when you will cry, oh, if it was when Mazen Simon Ekpa is there, he will not be silent. A time will come when you will remember and say, oh, has it been that it is the time Mazen Simon Ekpa is here with us? This will not happen. It is sad. It is sad that we have very dangerous saboteurs among us. And just like Mazen Nandekano says, the worst of the worst in the whole world, the Igbo saboteurs. The worst of all. Why do you celebrate the pain of your brother, the failure of your brother? Why do you always celebrate the downfall of your own people instead of elevation of your people? Look at today. Some people derive joy on talking down on Dr. Ngozi Arabweze with information that they know is a complete lie. The person that is telling you that information knows that it's a lie. You that is listening to that information know that it is a lie. And yet, you are there celebrating false information, helping to share it on your platform. It is sad. Very, very sad. Why do you celebrate the pain and failure of your own brother with the enemy? And you think by betraying your brother that your enemy is going to trust you? Hell no. Once your brother is taken out, you'll be the next in line. You think that the arrest of Mazen Nandekano is because of him. It's not because of him. They want to get at you. That was why they took him away. They know that Mazen Nandekano is a barrier that is hindering them from taking you out. And when they remove him from the way, it will be easy for them to penetrate. But Mazen Simon Ekpa stepped in and he said no. And they saw that Mazen Simon Ekpa has built much more stronger barrier than you can ever imagine. They couldn't handle it. And they came in again. And they took away Mazen Simon Ekpa. And today, people who Mazen Simon Ekpa put his life on the line to die for, they are the one today trying to celebrate his downfall. They are the one today sharing the unverified information. They are the one today glorifying it. Why do you celebrate the pain and failure of your own people? Why? For how long are we going to be soaked into this envy and jealousy? How long? How long? Simply because you are not the man in charge, everything fails. It doesn't work. Simply because you are not the one speaking, whoever speaks, you don't take it. Even though you know that the contribution your brother is making is genuine, you know deep down in your heart, when you sleep, your conscience will tell you that this person is doing the right thing. But yet, out of your envy, jealousy, wickedness, you continue to fight against your own. I've come to see that the reason our freedom is being delayed today is because of us, more especially the Ebo Biafrans. The reason Nigeria is still not divided today is because of us. The people that are still holding Nigeria today, that is still standing under that tiny rope, the people that are still holding that tiny rope are Biafrans, Ebo Biafrans, more especially. They are the ones that are holding that rope. They are the one Nigeria you are hearing today. It is because of Ebo Biafra, more especially. And except you are lying to yourself, all you need to do is to look back, look in the southeast and see the role they are playing in their politics, how they play their politics. Those who call themselves elite, go and check and see what they are doing. They are busy defending their enemy. They are busy building boundary for their enemy. those who claim to have money, go and see where they are establishing themselves. They are busy making friends with their enemy, and they are ready to take you out as their brother. They are ready to take you out to be relevant in the presence of their enemy. You see those of them who claim to be rich, making a case, securing environment for the enemy, including buying land and dashing out to those who are killing you. And when you talk, they come after you. With the whole atrocities that Fulani has committed in Nigeria, how many Fulanis are in jail today? How many Fulani terrorists are in jail? If you know any or anywhere, please write on the comment section. We will send somebody to go and verify. How many Fulanis are in jail today? How many have been taken out? The Fulani Janjaweed protect themselves up to the military. I saw a video before I came on land. I wish I could see the video where a man was confessing that in the war front, while he was fighting in the war front against the Boko Haram, he was a sniper. I'm going to try to see if I can find that video. He's a sniper. It was in a rodeo program he called in, and he was explaining what transpired while they were serving a Nigerian army as a sniper in war front fighting against the terrorists. That while they were fighting, somebody, a fellow soldier, shot him because he was taking out the terrorists. And the man told him in Hausa that you are killing people too much. A fellow soldier told him you are killing too much terrorists, and Hausa, and a Fulani terrorist told him that he's supposed to be a fellow. These are people they recruit into the army. They didn't only tell him to stop, they shot him. He narrowly escaped. And the man confessed that many of them who were professionals in their job in the military were shot dead by the northern soldiers. But what do? They will send a Biafran soldier to Biafra land to use that Biafra soldier to open fire on innocent citizens, burning their house, burning their properties, even when you know that this person has not committed any crime. Even when you know that the law in your country said that an accused person remains innocent until proven guilty. They will send you, you go there, you open fire against your brother. I am mentioning the Ebo Biafrans because we have the numbers in the old southeastern region. And if we can act wisely the way we are supposed to act, every other people around us, our brothers and sisters around us, will be carried along, and they will go, they will join us. But most of the problem we are having today is from us. Why do you celebrate the downfall of your brother? Why do you celebrate the pain and failure of your own brother? How long are you going to be doing that and yet pretend that you want freedom? This is a question that I want everybody to answer. Unverified information about our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. People are already celebrating. If you go to their conventional media, the people that celebrate it more on conventional media are the people of Igbo tribe. Go and check. In conventional media, people that use it as a program and verify it and talk about it, they are mostly people from our side. But the other region, they have worst people, they have criminals, they have the real terrorists, they own it and they claim it. They tell you that they are foot soldiers. But your brother that is fighting a genuine cause, you are asking for his extradition, even when you know that that is impossible. Even when you should know that if that happens, it means that you are gone and gone for good. Because there is no basis upon which such should happen. There is no basis upon which extradition of Mazi Simon Ekpa should happen. There is no basis at all. Nigeria record alone shows that even if you bring a criminal, you can't extradite that person to Nigeria because the person will never get justice. On what basis are you going to be extraditing somebody to Nigeria? Look at Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, a case study. A case study. How can any government in this world, seeing what they are doing against Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, now release their citizen to Nigeria? Upon which base are you going? Upon which what are you going to look upon? With the human rights record of Nigeria that is zero. The human rights record of Nigeria is completely, absolutely zero. And you know that before such extradition will go on, there will be a court hearing. In the court, your lawyers are going to debate the case. They are going to talk about the case. Mazi Simon, what we're talking about, is a Finnish citizen. If there's anything that warrants them to send Mazi Simon to Nigeria, we know that we are finished. It is not just about Mazi Simon, it is about you. So many of you that have citizenship in one place or the other, you think it's about Mazi Simon. And because you don't like him, today they are saying they are going to extradite him. You are celebrating it and you are announcing it happily. And you think it's about him. Injustice against one is injustice against all. If they decide to carry out this collective conspiracy against the Biafran people, and it starts with your brother, and because you hate your brother, you support this conspiracy against him, you are going to be the next in line. It is just a question of time. According to international law, there is no basis upon which Mazi Simon ever can step his foot into Nigeria in the name of extradition. There is no basis. It doesn't matter what they do, except when they go into their fraudulent conspiracy against the Biafrans. And when you see such conspiracy, you should be worried because it concerns you. It will affect you directly or indirectly. You think it's about Mazi Simon ever. Tomorrow, you don't know who it's going to be. There is no extradition treaty between Finland and Nigeria. And as we all know, on international standard, before you can extradite anybody to any country, you must be very, very sure that that person will get justice. Number one, the person, it must be guaranteed that the person will receive justice in that country where you are extraditing him or her to, according to international law and international standard. Tell me, even if you are not a Nigerian, all you need to be is to Google in the news of Nigeria and you see their human rights record. Which human being on the planet, which country on this planet Earth that has conscience, that follows the rule of law, will allow their citizen to be extradited to a country called the Zoological Republic? But yet, you are seeing this collective conspiracy about to play out. Instead of you to fight it with all you have, you are busy helping out to promote it, expand it, celebrate it, and you give them the chance to do what they want to do. And you think it's about Mazi Simon Ekpa. I'm sorry for you. And as you know, the Ebo Biafrans have the highest population across the world in other lands. It is Mazi Simon Ekpa today. Tomorrow, it might be you. Tomorrow, that you have a citizenship is not a guarantee. That is what some of those idiots are trying to tell you. And you are accepting it with all faith because it is not you. It has not happened to you. Pray and pray that is not you. Pray and pray that it doesn't happen. And I hope, I believe that it will never, ever happen. I welcome my fellow speakers that have joined me today. I can see my beloved sister, Obi Okafor. I see my brother, Greg, and I see our beloved brother, Christian. So I think our sister, Obi, is the first person to come here, and she's busy in the office. I don't know whether she will have a chance to speak. She's busy in the office. So let's allow my brother, I think, Bro Christian. Bro Christian.
Good morning.
Bro, Greg will now go on. Go on, bro. It's Christian. Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, yesterday when I saw the news all over the place in the zoo, they were all jumping up and down. For me, first thing that comes to my mind was that fake news, just fake news. Then I watched a sneak peek of some channels and YouTube and blah blah blah. At the end of the day, they are trying to kind of, I don't know, the zoo with their stupidity. Maybe they try to make them amuse themselves. That's how I look at it. And yeah, because it's all near. I don't know. That would be like, how is that possible? So I don't believe it because the criterion for such acts is it can be, you can't even, it's nowhere near, right? So if self-defense, what Simon Ekpa, he fought to defend his people, and self-defense is allowed in any law. And people in the zoo, the Danjumas of this world, they've all been preaching it, self-defense, defend yourself. In fact, Danjuma went ahead to tell not just the Nigerian people, because when he speaks as a former chief of the military, the whole world listened, and they have embassies and consulates in Nigeria, So he told them that you cannot rely on the government. You cannot rely on the military or the police. In other words, that is the government, because the military is the government. He said you cannot rely on them to defend you because they are complicit. They are working together with the terrorist Fulanis. This is his word. He has said it repeatedly. So obviously, what exactly the Simon Ekpa did, you ask yourself, self-determination is a right of every persons, and self-defense is equally your right. So these are the things he did, because not just that the terrorists were coming to Biafra to buy the people, to massacre the people, the military were working together with them, and it's obvious. Everybody, when people saw it, it's there on video when the military will come to Biafra land and be shooting indiscriminately. They shoot at anything that moves. The video is there. I think I still have one of the videos. So what other evidence does Finland need to know that you have to defend yourself? You have to do whatever. Well, this about few days ago, these guys in America, Bruce Fernand, we saw them also repeat the same thing, that you have to defend yourself. So Finland is just sad that they managed to crumble under the weight and pressure from the British. And as we speak now, Soludo is in the UK. They are conspiring, ganging up, because we know these people. They are all predictable. We know when Soludo, all these people, we know whom they are. We know what they want to do. So now, and so, like I said, Finland has really, it's sad that all the goodwill that Biafran had with Finland, the good gestures, all of it has been they've just damaged it overnight, just for that one, this one singular move they made on Simon Ekpa, who is their citizen, who have served them in the military, again, that is, by the way, that they've really, really crossed the line when it comes to, because not at this point in time they did what they did. So they've made themselves enemy of Biafrans, and nothing is going to change that moving forward. I doubt if there's anything Finland can do now moving forward that is going to change this one singular. Okay, yeah, there's developed whatever, fine, but at the end of the day, you just never know, because we will never forget. It will be on record what they did at this time. at this very time, Finland, when we needed it the most, when we thought that they were for humanity, when we thought that they understand Biafrans, that was all our, our mindset. This was just all we believed, that, yeah, that they understand our position. They know that they understand our need to keep ourselves alive, and they just did this. So that takes away every bilateral it's a total destruction of any bilateral relationship moving forward, in my opinion. So I'm not I don't make the decision, but this is just my own take on this very thing, that moving forward, we can't forget this, what they did to an innocent man who have served them diligently and who is on the right path. He's only calling and working to defend his people. Who wouldn't do that? They themselves, the Finland, what are they doing today? They are working so hard to defend themselves as against the Russian, as they proclaimed. So the thing is, it's just sad. But the zoo, and I've also spoken with some people. I told them that you all will be disappointed, because there's no way in hell. Yeah, your joy, your people's joy will be shallow. It's not going to be fulfilled, because Sabotage hasn't done anything to be extradited to a terrorist country, a country where the military, where the government are the ones sponsoring terrorism, and they're pretending otherwise. But of course, it's known, everybody know by now. But like you said much earlier too, there's this problem with Igbo. I don't know if it's the long subjugation and marginalization, if it's part of it, or is it just the crab, that spirit of crab that is also manifesting? It's just so sad, because not be today, you see that like even that is the overheard Ordinawa, that guy from Biafra, whatever, ranting rubbish up and down, trying to just, fabrication all over, things that doesn't even make sense. They are
exactly, and that was one of the things I saw yesterday that prompted me to be making this program today. What that idiot was spilling on his mouth. Yeah. These are people who claim to be fighting for Biafra.
Yeah, because Massachusetts, it's good that on those platforms, we have to see what they are doing to be able to set the record straight. That is very, very important. So you can't ignore them. Now, so like him and his cohorts, the Ogenkere and the Vavava and the rest of them, their problem, my own assessment, their problem is just that same old spirit of the crab. Come on, something like that, right? Like what is his name? He can't go Rago. He said that instead when someone Ekpa go bring Biafra, make Biafra no come. So instead, when he go be say no be Ogenkere and their people, make them sabotage, make them destroy. And that woman in France, she said it openly that she will make sure that she. So you begin to wonder, and it is sad. Again, but I don't get overly disturbed by this thing, because I know it's been a long struggle, ages, decades. The enemy has so terrible seed among the people. And if you look, to be fair, if you look at some of these nations that has found their breakaways, find their independence, it makes easier somewhat, because the people, there's this kind of unanimity among the people. There's this unanimity among them, including the political elite. But that is not this case with Biafra. Why? Because the global conspiracy attached to it, and the fact that for so long the enemy has really sowed the bad seed and they've germinated. That's why you have people like all these Soludo now, you see, who believe that for them to be relevant and to succeed and have position, they have to destroy Biafrans, destroy the push for Biafran freedom, just to please those that made them relevant, the Fulani, the Caliphate. So you see how yesterday also I watched an interview from Innocent, where the guy stated quite clearly that he was never notified. He said that even if they have given them, even if it's half an hour, 30 minutes, they would have evacuated the cars. Now, Soludo is doing that just to please the caliphate, and there's a bigger picture attached to it. Trust me, my brother. There's a much bigger picture. He's not just destroying it for. There's a message he is sending because he's working for the Nigerian Fulani system. Because these guys know, Soludo and the rest of them, they know that under Biafran government, such a thing would never happen. There's just no way. And in any normal society, such thing don't happen. Because if you want to bring down or destroy whatever for whatever government project, there's a way to go about it. You have to notify the owner, the person, and even if the person doesn't even react, you still don't have the right as a governor to go and start bulldozing people. You don't do that. It's the judicial system. Jesus Christ. Nigeria. Soludo does not have right as a governor to go and be destroying houses. It's the court of law that we declare.
Court of law. We pass the papers and serve the person the paper. Once they serve the documents, you have no choice.
Exactly. But for you as a governor, you just give an order to go and carry caterpillar and be pulling down. It's unbelievable what goes on. You know, like I always said, the things that happen there, you can't begin to name them, you know, and it can only happen in that evil entity. So, well, again, that is why when I see people who are advocating, who are one Nigerianist, I just see them as they are just as evil as they come. Simple as that, because everything that happens there is opposite of what should happen. So, but even on the interview, the guy, Innocent, he was quite, should I say, friendly or you know, I don't know, but okay. So, but I expected him to be angrier, right? But he wasn't. Again, maybe because he understands too how the system works in the zoo, because all of them, they try to play it safe, you know. So, and it was then I learned that Soludo is in London. Okay, so it's incredible. This is why they don't want Biafra. They are fighting like hell, and I'm also not surprised, because I know that. They will. These guys, they also know the consequence when Biafra comes, but we cannot give up based off of the fact that they are fighting it, and they are the so-called political elite or whatever. We still can't give in. It's a very terrible thing that has been done from a very long time. That is why it's making it much more difficult to achieve. There's always a division, and given the other angle of what Biafra potential, it makes it all the more difficult. I used in the past that I used the saying in the past, you know, that the coming of Biafra will be like a camel going through the eyes of a needle. There's a reason why I make the reference to that, because humanly speaking, it's impossible for a camel to go through the eyes of a needle. But we know that with God, you know, with Chukwuka, it happens, because there's no impossibility in him. And that is why we are seeing everything that even as difficult as it seems now, as up, back and forth, or up and down as it seems now, he is still very much, it's a project that's still in his hand, and it's going to be tough. So that at the end, you will also know that without him, no one individual could have achieved it. I'm telling you the gospel truth. No one individual. He is the one who will be raising men and women. You know,
Mazin Nandekano said it. He said Biafra will come in such a way that no human being will take the glory.
The last miracle.
He said it will come in such a way that nobody will rise up and say it's because of what I did or what I did not do.
Yes. You know, these people also, when I look at countries like Finland now, they are provoking Chukwuka Abiyama to anger. They are like obstacle in his way, and they will be dealt with in due time. This you can mark my word. In due time, he's going to raise a compulsion upon them, because they are trying to hinder his by compromising, by yielding and support. You know, when look, even as we speak now, you can clearly see they are conspiring to fight Russia. Even though during the Civil War, Russia also, they were able to manipulate. The British were able to manipulate Russia to join them in the genocide against Biafra. So Russia participated, but somehow they come to the realization that this was wrong. It was clearly wrong. Until this day, as we speak, British continue to suppress, to make sure that the genocide against the people through hunger and other mass killing never see the light of day. They use their global influence as member of the P5, to never talk about it at UN or any international body. But you hear about what happened in Rwanda, you hear about the one against the Jew, the Holocaust, you hear about, but there's one that happened majorly in about 3 years, what they did through starvation, which is a serious,
serious crime.
A serious crime. Using hunger, using food as a weapon against millions of people. But Britain makes sure it's not talked about anywhere, as if it never happened. It was just in 1967 here to 1970, but they make sure it doesn't come up anywhere because they know that they are culprits. They are culprit to it. Everybody know what they did. So the thing is, they are all, like I said, they will get their reward. That's for sure. And as for this fake news that they just spread all over the zoo yesterday, they will be put to shame because it's not going to happen eventually. So for Finland to have even kind of hold up Simon Ekpa alone is more than enough damage. They know that is even more than enough damage because it's not supposed to happen. Like 4 to going to 5 months now. On what basis? On basis of lie. They have I think embassy or consulate or whatever it is in Nigeria. They see everything that happens every day. They see everything. They come to Biafra land. They slaughter people. These same Fulani, under the watchful eyes of the Nigerian government, they will do nothing. And you are holding a man who was only trying to keep his people alive. It's sad. It's sad, my brother. So yeah, I'm still with you for the time being, bro. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that contribution. For everybody that is watching us and listening, I do not know why anybody will be glorifying the death of his own brother, the downfall of his own brother. And for the record, our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, have made her move and inquiries. And if you see what I'm sharing there, that is the post she made yesterday. And the post says, breaking from Finland. Madam, Finland will not give out any information pertaining to Simon Ekpa to any Nigerian news media. The information being peddled that Simon is to be extradited to Nigeria is false and should be disregarded. Nothing like that. Dr.
Who wrote it?
Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. She
wrote it.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh,
when
is that
this was going on, she made the inquiry. This information that came from Finland.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Also, so she was told that it's fake news, more or less.
Exactly. That is what I just read here. The information that she got is she just posted that she got the information. The information says, Madam, Finland will not give out any information pertaining to Simon Ekpa to any Nigerian news media.
Yeah.
The information being peddled that Simon Ekpa is to be extradited to Nigeria is false and should be disregarded. Nothing like that. Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, COS, DPM, United States of Biafra.
The Zoom media, they purposely push this just to stir up some, but at the end they will put to shame because if it doesn't come to fruition, so what does that make them look like? People who can, even their chief of army staff is not even allowed to enter Canada. It was denied visa. How shameful is that? Anyway, it's a shameful country with no. Yeah, my brother. Thanks.
They have shame. They don't have shame. My brother Greg, let's hear from you, bro. Greg, take up the mic. Are you there, bro?
Yeah. Greg? Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon, Mazichus and Brother Christian and our dying wine.
Afternoon, brother.
And good afternoon to Biafrans and greetings to all Biafrans, the media. And we continue in the prayer line for our PM and our Mazin Namdekano, our leader, and we'll continue praying for Dr. Ngozi Araweze's wisdom and protection, that God, in His infinite mercy, will answer the prayer of Biafrans, and our labor and our sleepless nights and all the bloodshed in Biafra land will not be in vain. That is my prayer, and I thank God for this topic this afternoon. Yes, the question and the jubilation of some people and the fear of some people and concern of some people is something that we cannot take for granted. One, let me start with our own concern concerning our leader, PM Simon Ekpa. The whole world knew that before Simon Ekpa started anything concerning Biafra, he went to the Finnish, what do you call it, Senate or whatever they are calling their own side, and presented the matter of Biafra before them. He went everywhere that is necessary in Finland and presented the cause and his concern and his ambition to make sure that he liberates his people. So, the point I am trying to make is here. I'm not to say that Nigerian government is sleeping. Nigerian government is not sleeping. And in any kind of fake news or any kind of news, there is atom of concern that must be. Because the Finland, for them to ignore everything that has happened in Nigeria, even though starting from one of their journalists that went to Nigeria and all the interviews that our PM and everything they knew, and they still go forward and pick and call and stop our PM for what he's doing and keep him in incarceration, and till this day getting to 6 months. It's over 5 months now. So it gives every person concern. I have concern. So, and that my concern is that Finland, we cannot trust them. Any person that is here that is trying to still have any atom of trust in Finland should completely remove it from his mind. The earlier we face the worst, the earlier we stand to plan for the worst is the best for Biafra government. Why I say this is this. After our PM was invited, if you remember, after when he was invited, all the whole thing was that nothing had been presented or nothing had been accused or nothing had been charged. But from the same media and from these people in the X, we still heard that our PM will be there in the next for more than 6 months before he will go to court. And we came out and we debunked it and we find everywhere with the lawyers, they say it was not true. But later, after 3-4 months, those things come to reality. So what I'm trying to say is, the earlier we prepare for the worst is better. If the person that is representing our PM in Finland is not enough, we start looking for our own way to get concrete information. Because why I say this is, we are in this Germany where we live. Sometimes you have a case, and that case, you will think you will be having a case here in Germany, and you will be expecting that the case you will be going to court maybe in 2 months' time, and they will not even know that your case has been judged. So that 2 months' time they are giving you is coming to read the outcome of the case that has been judged. But your lawyer will be telling you that you will be coming to court on the next 2 weeks, or next 2 months, not knowing that your case has been judged. I'm just telling you the truth. So when you get on that day, they will be reading what has been judged already, and you will be surprised. So that is the way. I'm just telling you from experience. The experience I have was not a kind of criminal experience. It was a kind of business and the financial problem with some company or whatever. So why I say is that the European people are not honest and they are not truthful. The only thing they are after in anything they do is anything that concerning them and their government and their interest. So I will not come here to start. I don't have time for all those criminals that is jubilating because of any negative news against any our PM or anybody, because that is what they worked for, and they are the people who fought to make sure that the PM was stopped or invited or questioned. They are the people who gang up against him and wrote petitions against him. So it is not time to say it's yes or yes. For me, what we should start doing now is to prepare for the worst. To prepare for the worst situation. So we are not going to sit down and looking for when they say we debunk or when they say whether it debunk or not debunk. Because if Finland cannot release information for any Nigerian media or whatever, Finland have foreign office and embassies. So these people have a list of places to get any information they want to get, whether it's correct or whether it's not correct. So that is what I'm trying to, the area I want to come in the first place. So what I urge our government to do is to prepare for the worst. That is the situation. Because when we say it is fake or it's not fake, for me it is not important. What is important is we prepare for the worst. The earlier is the better we prepare for the worst. So anything we can do, we don't have anything to take anything for granted. It doesn't matter whether it's...
hold on, my brother, before you continue on that line of thought. Let anybody not think that the government is not doing anything. The government is not waiting on anybody, neither is the government hoping to get any information from any Nigerian media or whatever. The government of Biafra have their procedure and protocols on how to get their informations. And they give Biafrans the informations they need to hear and need to know. It is not everything that the government knows about that they will come and announce to the Biafran people.
Exactly.
They not handle some certain informations.
And besides,
never ever expect the government to talk the way Nigerian media will talk or say things the Nigerian media will say. They have their procedures and protocols on how to get information, and they give the public, the Biafran people, the message they need to have. That is why we always urge Biafran people. We have platforms where you can get information that has to do with the Biafran people if you want to get facts. Those information, there are some information that we pass to weaken you. Some are to scare you. Some are to discourage you. The government will give you the information you need to know. Don't think that the government are not. The government is on top of the game and they are getting every possible information they need to have. Except it is the one when Finland government decide to make an information classified for themselves, there is nothing you can do to break it. You can try and try and try for all you care until when they decide to declassify it. But for every information, there is no way any information will come out without the government of Biafra. They are aware of it. And Biafrans will know the things they are supposed to know.
And you keep in mind, Simon Ekpa, the PM is not ignorant of the law. You have to keep that in mind too.
Absolutely.
He understands international law. So you're not dealing with some random Biafra agitator here. No. So let's just, that is the situation. So thanks.
He's a man who read masters, he had masters in international law. And many of us are forgetting about that. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maz Chus. What you are saying is 100% correct. And I believe that government is on top of this thing. What I'm trying to say is we cannot trust the Finland, neither Europe, and we must prepare for the worst. So I'm not trying to say that government is not on top of or not getting the real information. That is perfect. But because of the situation of the people we are dealing with, what we are fighting is this. We have a home problem. We have a home problem. Because the worst thing that can happen to a man is when you are fighting, when they are pursuing you and your house that where you're supposed to run and take refuge is the house that is trying to tell the people where you are. They even lie against you to make sure that they kill you.